Hello everyone, welcome to ITLS Academy. Myself, Advocate Priyanka, and today I'm going to talk about CMC regulatory compliance. So, in this series, we are talking about the regulatory affairs, so all things related to regulatory. And today I'm going to talk about the next subtopic of the same session. So, today's topic will be CMC regulatory compliance. We will see in the details what is the meaning of CMC. So for this session, as usual, I have added few contents. So let's see that what are the contents which we are going to discuss today. So first, we will discuss highlights of previous session as usual to connect you with myself, so you can understand better that what I am telling now and what I had previously talked about. Then we will move to our today's topic, that is CMC. So first we will see that what is the CMC, then we will see that what are the sections of CMC, and then what are the CMC regulatory compliances, and then at last we will see that what is the importance of CMC compliance. So let's start. So for if we talk about the previous session, in previous session we were also talking about something related to drug, but we were talking about the orphan drug, and I have given a very good brief of orphan drug. So if you want to know about orphan drug in detail, you must go to my previous video and you can find there details about this. So for now I will just give you a very short highlight of orphan drug. So here you can see there is one kid who is basically you can see his face is sad. He is basically looking at someone that anyone can take care of, and there are some hands which will come and take care of this. So that means he is orphan, and these hands are basically uh, coming to take care of that kid. So this is the same concept of orphan drug. So what is the meaning of this here? So here in this context, if you talk, so this kid is basically rare disease which is basically you can say orphan, because it goes to the very small group of people, and that's why there is no proper treatment, no proper medicine, no proper research for this type of disease. Then who is coming to take care of this type of disease? These hands. So these hands are basically here orphan drug, who are coming to take care of this type of orphan diseases. So orphan drug is basically drug to treat a disease which affects very small group of population and for which no medicine is available or no pharmaceutical is interested to do further research in the field. And what is that orphan disease? So orphan disease are basically called as rare disease that is not common and it occurs in very small group of people. Now, next question can come in your mind that why pharmaceuticals are not interested. Obviously, if they will do research, they will get medicine, they will have economic benefit. But as I told you that it occurs to very small group of people. So obviously, how much they will spend on this on the research and manufacturing and development of the drug, maybe they will not gain that monetary profit by the development of this type of drugs. That's why most of the pharmaceuticals are not interested in the development of this type of orphan drugs. And then what we talked in earlier session about orphan drugs, we talked that what is the basically development drug development process of the orphan drugs. So orphan drug development process is very quite similar to the development of other drugs. Obviously there is clinical stage, preclinical stage, clinical stage, and all the regulatory checkups, all the things are there, but there are few challenges and you can say that few incentives also for the development of orphan drug. So there are some challenges which we discussed earlier, and there are some incentives also which we discussed earlier. And there is one more thing that development of the drug is same to the orphan drug. Sorry, development of the orphan drug is quite same to the development of the normal drug. But there is one you can say additional step to prove that your medicine is or your drug is orphan drug. So there is submission of form 4035 under FDA to request orphan drug designation, because only when you will request for this you will get your incentives. And then there is submission of request to orphan drug designation in India also. There is no specific form in India also, and I have explained in brief in my previous video that how can you submit this form and how can you submit request to orphan drug in India. Okay, so now it's time to move to our today's topic, that is CMC. So what is CMC? See, here are three letters, C, M, C. So first C is basically explaining about the chemistry. Second, M is explaining about manufacturing. And then third C, it is explaining about the controls. So if we will combine all these two C and one M, then basically it is chemistry, manufacturing, controls, which is basically refers to chemical. See, chemistry, that means chemical, technical, manufacturing, that means technical aspects, and then regulatory aspects that will come under the controls of drug development. For what? To ensure safety, effectiveness and consistency of the drug. So I hope it is clear to you that now that what is the CMC. CMC is basically chemistry, manufacturing and controls. So it is basically the data to submit to the regulatory affairs, or it is basically compliance, which will ensure the safety, effectiveness and consistency of the drug, which will basically explain about the chemistry of the medicine, quality of the medicine, manufacturing of the medicine process, manufacturing process of the medicine, and then what are the controls, what are the you can say regulatory aspects of the medicine. These all things are basically included under the CMC compliance. Now there are few sections of CMC. So three sections, not only three sections, there are four sections. Here you can tell that okay, it is only chemistry, manufacturing and control. Then why it is four section? I will let you know that what is the fourth section. So first we will come to the section 1, chemistry. As its name is only indicating that chemistry means chemical structure. That means first drug substance. So what is the basically active ingredient of that particular drug, and what are the chemical composition for the preparation of that particular drug. So this is basically explaining about the drug substance. Then drug product. When you will combine 2 or 3 substance, then it will make a product, and that will call the, here it will call drug product, because here we are combining 2 to 3 drug substances. So when it will make a drug product, so it will basically, in chemistry section, it will basically explain about that what are the chemical properties when we are combining the active ingredients or other compositions, which all are together are making that drug. So what is the basically chemical properties after combining all the substances, and then what can be the doses. It will also come under the chemistry, because depends on the, like, see, sometimes what happens, if any medicine is of 500 mg, then you have to give in half of tablets. But if it is 250 mg and doctor is prescribing you only 250 mg, then it will be given to only to the I mean, if it is one tablet only, that is 250. So basically, depending on the active ingredients, doses are also defined. So all these type of related chemical things are basically comes under the section 1, that is chemistry. Then there is another section, M, that is manufacturing. It basically describes about the raw materials. Obviously, when you are manufacturing anything, like if you are manufacturing a house, just in a layman language, if we talk that if anyone is manufacturing a house, then there are some raw materials like some sand, cement, bricks, all the things will combine. There will be some process to make the house. So like this, here also it works, like there are some raw materials. So what are the here raw materials? Here raw materials are basically the drug substances. So in manufacturing section also we have to describe that what type of raw materials we are using, and then details about steps involved in producing the drug. That means what are the steps, how this medicine is manufactured, what are the steps, at what temperature you are going to manufacture this medicine, or any additional steps. These all type of manufacturing details will come under the section 2. And then again, that what type of equipments are used for the manufacturing of drugs, it will also come under the manufacturing. Then section 3, that is control. It is basically document of batch records. So see, what is the meaning of control? Here it's not like control or meaning that anyone is controlling you or like this, but something related to that. Control means regulatory compliances have some controls of the procedures, of the test, of the analytical methods, and for that controls they will basically they will need to know that what are the basically materials, what are the batches. Batches means that in one batch comes with the all ingredients, and then it will go for the production for the manufacturer, and then it will your medicine will be produced. So there are different batches for the same type of medicine. So for each batch they will know the they will need the documents, that it's not like that in one batch everything is correct and in another batch it is not correct. So if it another, so see, in sometimes you have seen in the market that okay, for batch this, like this year to this year, medicines are taken back, or some products are taken back from the market. Why? Because that batch has some problem, that batch has some errors, that's why this step is taken. So obviously in the medicine also documents of all the type of all batch it should be there, what analytical methods manufacturers are using, and one thing also that how drug will change over the time under different storage conditions. Like see, any medicine if it is it is prescribed that you have to keep this at the 4-degree temperature, but in any case if you are not, you don't have facility to keep at 4 degree, you are keeping at 10 degree, then obviously we will have to know that okay, how much stable it is, how long it will be effective on the 10 degree centigrade instead of 4 degree centigrade. So these all type of informations will come under the control section. Now there is section 4. So I was talking earlier that if there is only CMC 3, chemistry, manufacturing and control, then why it is section 4, fourth section, that is regulatory. Obviously when we are talking about any medicine, any product, there are some regulatory compliances used, or you can say there are some regulatory compliances uh, applied for that type of products or for the medicine. Here we are talking about the medicine, so I will talk only about the medicine. That regulatory compliances will basically explain that how chemical manufacturing and control should be regulated. So this is basically function of this section. So in this, what manufacturers do, manufacturers basically understand that okay, in which type of market they are going. If they are plan to go in the EU market, then they will say that okay, in EU which type of regulatory provisions are there, or what is the basically you can say that what is the basically regulatory restrictions so for particular type of medicines, or what are the regulations applied for the particular type of medicines. So for all these things I think that manufacturers should first understand that which type of market they are going to target, and then also that what are the documentation, what type of data there is required in the case of different type of markets. So this section is basically explaining about all the regulations applicable to the different drugs in the different region, in the different location. So these were all sections of CMC. So I hope it is clear to you. Now we will move to the next subtopic, that is the CMC compliances. So in a previous slide, I was telling that okay, there are some regulatory regulations applicable for the any drug or any type of medicine, any product, and here we are talking about the CMC, chemistry, manufacturing and control. So for these three things also there are some regulatory regulations applied. Now what is basically CMC compliance? So see, it is what we have discussed till now. So it is basically the combination of all the things. So CMC compliance basically involves adhering to the regulation and guidelines established by health authorities such as FDA, EMA, ICH, WHO. So as I told you, CMC compliance is basically to see that what are the regulations applicable for different type of authorities. There are different type of authorities for the monitoring of drugs, for monitoring of chemistry of them, manufacturing and controls of them, like FDA. We have talked a lot about the FDA, EMA and ICH, all the things. So it is basically see that okay, which type of regulations or guidelines are established by these type of authorities, and they will, and after that they go according to that. So like if we talk about the FDA, so there are some requirements like FDA guidance on IND. We have discussed, investigational new drug application, and then an NDA also we have discussed, new drug application, which basically emphasize that what are the detailed CMC sections. Like earlier we talked about the 4 sections. So they basically emphasize about the all 4 sections of the any drug, any product. Then what are the EMA expectations? The EMA focus on modules in the common technical document, especially module 3, which outlines manufacturing and quality data. Here also it is the same thing like that. What is the manufacturing process? What are the basically quality of data? What are the basically quality of things which you are using? And then there are some WHO guidelines also for the CMC compliances, like it provides a WHO, I hope you all know that it is basically World Health Organization. So it basically provides a framework for manufacturers in countries with limited regulatory resources. See, there are some countries who has there are so many countries in the world, and most of are the covered under the WHO, and they are basically following the WHO guidelines. They have their own guidelines also, but in general, in basic, there are the WHO guidelines are applicable to all. So it is basically giving a, you can say, a basic framework for manufacturer for the regulatory what you can say that regulatory or guidelines to be established. And then ICH guidelines. ICH guidelines are also, there are some guidelines for the pharmaceutical development, and also for to check the pharmaceutical quality system, that comes under the ICH Q10. Pharmaceutical development, that comes under ICH Q8, and then quality risk management, that comes under ICH Q9. So this is basically whole about the what is basically CMC compliances. So if we see a very close picture, then we can understand that CMC compliances is basically the regulations and guidelines established by different countries, by different authorities for chemistry, manufacturing and controls of a medicine, controls of a drug. And CMC compliances are basically because there are various countries, they have their own regulations. So obviously there are CMC compliances is also according to the various countries, but in basic, what is there in basic, it is there all the all regulations basically see that what is basically your raw data, how you are manufacturing them and how you are controlling them. So this is CMC compliances, and then at last we will see that what are basically importance of CMC compliances. So I think you all have understood till now that why we are focusing too much on the CMC compliances. If you are taking any medicine and you don't know that what is the chemical structure of this medicine, or you don't know that how it is going to affect your body, and okay, if you don't know, it's okay, because not everyone is the scientist, not everyone is the chemist. But if government doesn't know that what is basically the chemistry, manufacturing and controls used in that medicine, and medicine comes in the market, and if there is some difficulty, there is some things which are problematic for the public, and then what will happen? Obviously it will be a huge problem. So this is basic and very important importance of CMC compliances to basically prevent the public health. Now if you elaborate, you can see basically it ensures that manufacturing process must be done with stringent guidelines. Then second, it is for CMC compliances is also, you can say that beneficial for uh, beneficial for manufacturers, because it's basically open international market, because every country has a specific CMC compliances, and if any manufacturer wants to go in that country, he knows that okay, what are the basic CMC compliances, he will make, or he will collect all data according to that, and then he can easily go to the international market. CMC compliances help ensure that product meet the diverse requirements of global regulators. Obviously, it is the same thing that for the different countries, different regulations, and it helps to meet these diverse requirements. Then CMC documentation provides detailed information about manufacturing, raw material, and controls, because CMC is giving that of how it is, what is the chemical composition, how it is manufactured, what are the raw materials, what are the control used. So all these things you will get through the CMC documentation. Then it ensures that it is okay, drug is safe and efficient for the public. And it also ensures that not for the single batch, for the single time, the medicine should be at the standard quality, for production of medicine should be at the standard quality in future also, because CMC compliance is not only checks only your one batch, it checks your all the batches when it comes prepares and it comes to the market. So basically CMC compliance, chemistry, manufacturing and controls, it is the CMC. CMC compliance is basically regulations which is diverse, which is various for different type of countries, and it basically gives the safety to the public health. So it was all about the CMC compliances. In previous session, I have left you with this question, and now I hope that the basic of CMC regulatory compliance is clear to you. It is not like a single day lecture topic. It is a very big topic. So I have given just here the brief view of the CMC regulatory compliance. If you wish to know anything in details, you can write in the comment section. And then topic of our next session will be the overview of GXP. So don't miss my next session, because it is going to be more interesting. And if you have any doubts in this section, in this session, in this series, or in the previous series also, you can just write in comment with the topic name or with your doubts. Then I will definitely come back with videos, or you can say with session for the particularly doubt clearing session. And thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow ITLS Academy on Instagram, Facebook, and you can find it on Google Play also. You can find it on different various educational platform also. Thank you so much. Let's connect it so you can know more about the regulatory things. And in future, I will come with other videos also on other topics also. Thank you so much for watching.